A night that changed my life. Today, I want to share with you one night that really changed my life. You see, in life, there's so many things that happen. And if I can tell you, I have seen a lot in my life. I've gone through several challenges in life. I have lost friends. I've lost family. I've lost my son. I've lost my father. I've lost my mother. I've lost my grandma. I've lost so many people. Many times this happens at night. What happened? It was on the 1st of December, the midnight of 1st of December. I'm in my up and down. I happen to be in Baltimore City. Tonight, I'm driving around, and for some reason, I felt not safe. I felt that I'm at the wrong place. I shouldn't be here at this hour of the night, and I felt like I need to get out of this place. And so as I drive, trying to navigate my way out of the city, I'm telling myself I need to get out of this place. I need to find my way out of this place as fast as possible. But then you have to follow the traffic rules, you have to obey the speed limits. And so I'm driving slow because of the speed limits in the city. But in my mind, I'm telling myself I need to get out of this place. Anxious as I was to get out of the place, from nowhere, I see a car. Within the twinkling of an eye, the car had hit me. I just had the bang, and that was it. As you can see, my car was hit from the passenger side. Both the passenger doors, front and the rear one, caved in. The only thing I remember at that moment, the only thing I said, and it continued to echo through the whole time my car was rolling, was, "God, remember me." And that first thing and last thing that I said kept echoing through as the car rolled up and down, went around. At the end of the day, the car stopped. I cannot tell you how long it took. I cannot tell you it took 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 1 minute or 10 minutes, but it was long enough. Long enough to realize how short life is. To see death, because I was gone. You're in a world where you have no control, nothing. You don't feel yourself, you don't feel anything that is going around, nothing. End of the day, when the car stopped, I felt myself and I came out. The door could open, and so I opened the door and I stepped out. As you can see, backside of my car was squeezed in. I hit an electric pole, and as you can see, there's a pole which is yellow. This protects the buildings, but also protects the electric pole. And it is by God's grace that that pole, you see, it's lying down flat. It hit the frame between my door, as the driver's door, and the door behind me. It hit the frame. It did not hit the door. If it had hit the door, I could have gone. My roof was going up. All airbags went off. Everything went down. This is the phone that I had that day. This phone was on the dashboard, but it was crushed. Everything in the car was crushed. And I came out. As I sit down and reflect of this life, that night changed. You see, I came out, I didn't have any scratch, just a small scratch here, but I was okay. I was okay. My adrenaline was very high, and so I did not feel any sense of pain at that point. I was fine, and I came out. The ambulances came in. As you can see, the car that hit me also did not survive that well. It was a head-on and everything. And you can see, the driver was hurt a little bit. He had a scratch, a cut on his head, and the passenger really broke both of his legs. And they tried to get me into the ambulance, but I was fine, so I did not. They did all the tests, the normal checks they do. I was not bleeding. I was not in pain. I was fine. I was walking. And so police and everything. The police witnessed, actually. There was a police who was right there, witnessed everything as it happened, everything. But I'll tell you that story later, how he found himself there. So I finish, everything is done. I don't pick any details, anything. I pick up stuff from my car. The car is towed. As you can see, it's gone. For the first time, I sat in the back seat of a police car. It's not a good place to be. It's a nice car, as you can see it from outside. Very nice police cars. But the back seat, man, is a plastic seat. It's so uncomfortable. But for the first time, I sat on that seat, not because I was arrested, but because it was so cold and the police thought it fit that I could just stay inside his car as I wait for means to get home. True, I tried getting means. I got an Uber later on and I came home. Interesting, I got an Uber from an accident scene. As it is, I go home, picked another car, drove myself to hospital. But the moment I got into the hospital and I was admitted, every part of my body was in pain. Every part of my body was in pain. And I was in pain for several days because of the impact. To cut the story short, is when I go home, my son said these words: "Dad, you're back." You see, at the point of the accident, I was gone. I was gone. When I go home, it's really like 1, 2 a.m. and my son was up and he tells me, "Daddy, you're back." That hit me. My son could not have had any other chance to say those words again. So, first lesson that I learned, or how things changed in my life, was in this life, as you chase life, as you try to get things done, please, the moments you have, share with those that you love. Share those moments with those that you love. Embrace them. Show them love while you're still there. Those that you care about. That hit me hard, that in this life, I have been chasing life for the longest, chasing life for the last 20 plus years, working and working and working and working, chasing life. But I had a chance to reflect. Sometimes life can slow you down, can just say, hey, slow down. There's some things you're missing. There's some things you're missing as you chase life, as you run after the dollar, as you try to make it in life. In the process, you may be missing some things. It was a call for me to slow down. And that has really changed my life. See, someone asked me, why did you take long to get back to YouTube? I've had this channel for the longest, but I was lazy. But at that point, I remembered and asked myself, what is it that I'll give to this world? What is it that I'll share to this world that will change someone's life? And at that point, if you can look at the history of this channel, that is the time I came back to this channel. And since then, I have been pushing and pushing content on. There's reason to be grateful. There's reason to be thankful in this life because it is so short, man. Death flashed before my face. Go back to the scene. These were two young people who had caused an accident. I didn't know anything about them for almost a month. I didn't know anything about them until I got a letter from the court being subpoenaed to go to the court. Why am I in court? These young men, they had a gun in the car, caused an accident, and he was arrested because he had a gun in the car. And so this city is not only suing this young man for traffic offenses, 3 of them, but also when the accident happened, the police who witnessed the accident opened the car. He saw a gun on the floor of the car. And so, which was an illegal gun, not packaged the way it should be if it was being transported. And so he was arrested there because of that. And he was taken to court for traffic offenses, but also for a criminal offense, having a gun illegally. So I've been subpoenaed to be a witness in that case. And I appear in the court on the 2nd of January. And I see this young man, his mother, his father, girlfriend. But the other young man is not there, who had broken his 2 legs. I didn't know anything until the court started, the session started. And here was a police who had witnessed. So he witnessed the story. He gave his testimony just as I did. His testimony was different. This officer had followed this young man from far. And they were not just the 2. There was another car and another one. And they were speeding and having fun from somewhere. But he was following this car because it had gone through a traffic light, a red light, a stop sign, and it was doing, in and off the lane. And so he was about to stop them. It was just like 2 cars behind them. He was just about to stop them and pull them over. But then they caused the accident. He witnessed everything. And so I sit and ask myself, I'm in Baltimore City at night. Accident happens. There's a police officer right there. Immediately happened. He comes in. But this young man had a gun in the car. What could have happened? What could have happened to me? But also, something else that came up was in the session, in the case as he proceeded, this young man was arguing that he didn't have a gun. It's possible that the other young man had the gun and not him. And so I was sitting and asking myself, what kind of company do you keep? What kind of company do I keep? Are these people that really have my back, or when in trouble, they will leave me by myself. I kept asking myself that. But that case unfolded. My car was totaled. These guys did not have insurance. Why am I giving you this story? This is the night that changed my life. This is the night that I realized that nothing else matters in this life apart from putting a smile on someone, sharing my time for those that I love, for those that I care, because you can lose everything you have. You can go today, you can die today, you can die tomorrow. Remember the first book that I ever did, The 5 Regrets of the Dying? These are part of the, did I spend time with my family? Did I reach out to my friends? Did I really live my life to the fullest? Those were the questions that I've had in my head all the time. And I just want to share with you this and say that life is short. The moments you have, you make choices of who you want to be and how you want to be. You may care and worry about other people and what they think about you, but hey, it is your life that you're going to make it. It is your life. Make it as you so wish it to be. But at the end of the day, have reason to say, I lived my life and I lived it to the fullest. Because life is too short. That is the night that changed my life. I usually say that God did not just show up, He showed up of who He is because He saved me by His grace. And that's why in this channel, I keep saying, and I'll keep saying this, that we have reason to do our best in this life, to be the better version of who we are, to have impact in this life, in this generation. That's my story. That is the night that changed my life. Remember to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and we'll keep sharing insights of how this life is and how we can be better. Thank you.